The world is becoming more connected than ever before as technology continues to integrate into every aspect of daily life, from communication and banking to transportation and national security, but this increasing dependence on digital systems has also created a new kind of battlefield, one that is invisible yet extremely powerful. In 2026, the fear of a global cyber attack crisis is growing rapidly as governments, corporations, and individuals face constant threats from hackers, cyber criminals, and even state-sponsored digital warfare group cyber. Attacks are no longer limited to small-scale incidents involving stolen data or hacked social media accounts. They have evolved into complex operations capable of disrupting entire economies, shutting down critical infrastructure, and creating chaos across nations. Power grids, transportation systems, hospitals, financial networks, and communication platforms are all potential targets in what many experts are calling a new era of digital warfare. Unlike traditional wars that are fought with weapons and armies, cyber warfare is silent, fast, and often difficult to trace, making it one of the most dangerous threats in the modern world. One of the biggest concerns in a cyber attack crisis is the vulnerability of critical infrastructure. Many countries rely heavily on digital systems to manage electricity, water supply, healthcare services, and transportation networks. A successful cyber attack on these systems could lead to massive disruptions, leaving millions of people without essential services. Imagine a situation where a city suddenly loses power, hospitals cannot access patient data, airports are forced to shut down, and banking systems freeze, preventing people from accessing their money. Such scenarios are no longer just theoretical but increasingly realistic possibilities. Financial systems are also at high risk in the age of cyber warfare. Banks, stock markets, and digital payment platforms process billions of transactions every day, and any disruption to these systems could have severe economic consequences. Hackers can target financial institutions to steal money, manipulate markets, or create panic among investors. A large-scale cyber attack on the global financial system could trigger economic instability, leading to loss of trust and widespread financial chaos. Another growing threat is ransomware attacks, where hackers gain access to systems and demand payment in exchange for restoring access. These attacks have already affected businesses, hospitals, and government agencies around the world. In many cases, organizations are forced to pay large sums of money to regain control of their systems, highlighting how vulnerable even major institutions can be. In the face of cyber threats, as technology advances, these attacks are becoming more sophisticated and harder to defend against. Artificial intelligence is also playing a significant role in the evolution of cyber attacks. While AI can be used to strengthen cybersecurity, it can also be used by attackers to automate hacking processes, identify vulnerabilities, and launch highly targeted attacks. AI-powered cyber attacks can adapt in real time, making them more effective and difficult to stop. This creates a constant race between those trying to protect systems and those attempting to break into them. One of the most concerning aspects of cyber warfare is the involvement of nation-states. Governments are increasingly investing in cyber capabilities as part of their national defense strategies. Cyber attacks can be used to gather intelligence, disrupt enemy operations, or even influence political outcomes without direct military confrontation. Because cyber attacks can be carried out remotely and often anonymously, it is difficult to determine who is responsible, which makes retaliation and prevention even more challenging. The concept of a digital war is becoming more realistic as tensions between countries extend into cyberspace. Instead of traditional battles, nations may engage in cyber conflicts, targeting each other's infrastructure, economy, and communication networks. These digital confrontations can escalate quickly and have real-world consequences affecting millions of civilians. At the same time, individuals are also at risk in a cyber attack crisis. Personal data, including financial information, passwords, and private communications, are constantly being targeted by cyber criminals. Identity theft, online fraud, and data breaches are becoming more common as hackers exploit weaknesses in digital systems. Many people are unaware of how vulnerable their personal information is, making them easy targets for cyber attacks. Despite the growing threat, efforts are being made to strengthen cybersecurity. Governments and organizations are investing in advanced security systems, encryption technologies, and threat detection tools to protect critical infrastructure and sensitive Data cybersecurity experts are working to identify vulnerabilities and develop strategies to defend against attacks. However, the rapid pace of technological advancement means that new threats are constantly emerging, making it difficult to stay ahead. Public awareness is also becoming an important part of cybersecurity. People are being encouraged to use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and be cautious when sharing personal information online. Simple actions can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to cyber attacks, but widespread awareness is still needed to create a safer digital environment, and international cooperation is essential in addressing the global cyber threat. Since cyber attacks often cross borders, countries must work together to share information, develop common security standards, and respond to threats collectively. However, political differences and lack of trust can make cooperation challenging, which adds another layer of complexity to the issue. Looking ahead, the future of cybersecurity will play a critical role in determining how safe the digital world will be. As technology continues to evolve, new innovations such as quantum computing and advanced AI could either strengthen defenses or create even more powerful cyber threats. The balance between security and vulnerability will shape the digital landscape for years to come. The idea of a global cyber attack crisis may seem like something out of a science fiction movie, but the reality is that the world is already experiencing the early stages of this digital conflict. The increasing frequency and sophistication of cyber attacks suggests that the risk is only going to grow in the coming years. Whether it is a targeted attack on a single organization or a large-scale operation affecting multiple countries, the impact of cyber warfare can be devastating. In 2026, the question is not whether cyber attacks will continue to happen, but how prepared the world is to handle them. The growing dependence on digital systems has created both opportunities and vulnerabilities, making cybersecurity one of the most important challenges of the modern era. The world is entering a time where battles may not be fought on physical battlefields, but through lines of code and digital networks, and the outcome of these conflicts could shape the future of global stability, security, and trust in the digital age.